In traditional film photography, ISO or ISO indicates the film's sensitivity to light. In digital photography, ISO indicates the sensitivity of the image sensor. The higher the number, the more sensitive the film or sensor is to light. The lower the number, the lower the sensitivity of the film or sensor. Higher ISO settings are generally used in low light situations to allow a faster shutter speed. However, there is a downside to high ISO settings. High ISO can cause the effect of grain in film photography and noise in digital photography. The higher the ISO you choose, the more grainy or noisier your images will be. See how the higher ISO images have noticeable grain or noise. High levels of noise in digital images can affect image quality. High ISO is sometimes used creatively to give a grainy effect, particularly in black and white photography. ISO 100 is generally considered normal and will ensure minimal noise. You will notice that ISO has an impact on which aperture and shutter speed settings you will use for correct exposure. To recap, ISO is a measure of a film or electronic sensor's sensitivity to light. The higher the ISO number, the more sensitive the film or sensor is to light. The lower the ISO number, the less sensitive the film or sensor is to light. Higher ISO settings are useful in low light situations. ISO affects the amount of grain in film photography and level of noise in digital photography. The higher the ISO number, the more grain or noise there will be. The lower the ISO number, the finer the grain or less noise there will be. High ISO is sometimes used as a creative effect to produce visible grain. ISO has an impact on the aperture and shutter speed settings required for correct exposure.